We're back, and we're going to read Tobit chapter 4.
Why you say that? Well, he usually be here in the first round. You be here by sundown.
Tobit chapter 4. 3 and 4.
That's what that's right.
Tobit chapter 4. Like I said before, it's in Apocrypha. It's in original King James 1611, or it's in a red book like this, or some of you may have it downloaded as a software. So Tobit chapter 4, verse 1. Tobit 4:1. In that day, Tobit remembered the money which he had committed to Gabriel in Ragas of Media, that he promised or owed money, and said, verse 2, and said with himself, I have wished for death, wherefore do I not call for my son Tobias, that I may signify to him of the money before I die. So she didn't call his son, like how if I remember, Kings.
What's going?
First Kings 2 and 2.
Who's the First Kings 2 and 2?
No, First Kings 2 and 1. Verse 2. First Kings 2 and 1. So I could have just read in verse 2. Let me read it again. And said with himself, I have wished for death, wherefore do I not call for my son, that I may signify to him of the money before I die. So it's like in First Kings 2 and 1, it says, go about read it for me.
All right. First Kings 2 and 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth, be thou strong therefore, and show thyself a man. Keep going.
Yeah.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes, and his commandments, and his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
Okay, so before he died, he would call his son.
You can't be on the phone while you're in. You don't need the Bible. Where's the Bible at? Old piece of paper. Yalkanam, where's your son's Bible at?
He's just gonna get one up there. So he called for my son Tobias. So just like in First Kings 2 and 1 and 3, right? You read the 3. So King David telling his son Solomon, that he goes, that he's gonna go, he's gonna pass him this life to the next, and give him the instructions what to do. So Tobit mention his son here to tell him certain things before he would die or something, right? Verse 3. And when he had called him, he said, my son, when I am dead, bury me, and despise not thy mother, but honor her all the days of thy life, and do that which shall please her, and grieve her not. So verse 3 said Exodus 20, honor thy father and thy mother.
Yeah. No, that ain't the Bible. That's the Bible. The belief. Okay, you need both of them. Oh yeah, okay. You're reading out of the Bible.
So
chapter 4.
verse 12.
12.
No, Exodus 20 and 12.
20 and 12. Okay. Yeah, I read this a minute ago. Huh?
Yeah, you can read it again now.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land that the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Okay.
You can be too up to you. Did you hear what that verse said just then? Huh? What is that? I can't hear you. What can you talk louder than that? You were screaming earlier. When you want something, you talk louder. So why can't you talk louder? All right, next time you want something, I ain't gonna listen to you.
Proverbs 13 and 11.
Her husband.
No, Proverbs.
Okay, 30. Okay, I did that before. 30:11. Here you go.
Yeah.
Got a hot circle. This is the generation that curse their fathers and does not bless their mother.
Okay. It said, grieve her not. To the end of verse 3. Verse 4. Remember, my son, that she saw many dangers for thee. So, as a mother having a child, right? You see a lot of dangers for your children. That's all you see, right? When thou was in her womb. So maybe she saw a lot of things, and she be careful when you're in her womb. And when she is dead, bury her by me in one grave. So a lot of times, when couples die, right? When one person die, then the other one die, then they will have a spot next to their spouse. So make it in one grave. They could be buried on top of each other, next to each other. They have that. That's a lot of times that you would see that couples been together for a long time, and they have just one the one spouse each.
That's how they got buried.
Oh, okay.
One died before the other, they buried right next to his wife.
Yeah. Verse 5. Verse 5. My son, be mindful of the Lord, our God, all thy days, and let not thy will be set to sin. So when you read earlier about Kings 2:1-3, or King David told Solomon his son to keep the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. Keep, I can't quote it exactly, but to keep the Most High's laws, or to transgress his commandments, do uprightly all thy lifelong, and follow not the ways of unrighteousness. All right. So verse 5. So in verse 5, you could read Psalms 1.
That's a good one. Okay. It says,
Psalm 1 and verse 1 and 4.
the ungodly are not so, but
Wait,
are
wait,
like
wait,
the chaff with the
one
wind
second.
driveth away.
Psalms 1, 1 and 4.
Well, good stuff. Yeah, that was
Basically, you can read the whole thing, but I just want to pick out. Yeah, 1 and 4.
Why, you want me to?
Yeah.
What's that? Psalm 1. Blessed is the man who walk not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the way of a sinner, nor sitteth in the seat of a scoffer. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law does he meditate day and night.
Verse
His tree
4.
should be like a and he should be like a tree planted by the river of the water that brings forth his fruit in his season. His leaves also should not wither, and whatsoever he does shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff with the wind driven away. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor the sinner of the congregation of the righteous, nor know the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
Yes. So.
Come on, give me that. How far you know? I can see lightning. Make sure I can read. Well,
All right. So follow not the ways of unrighteousness. Verse 6. For if thou deal truly, thy doings shall prosperously, say that right, succeed, and to all them that live justly. Like I said, the way of the ungodly shall perish, so you gotta live justly. Like or in Psalm 1.
chapter 1. Are we back in it again?
Yeah, verse 7.
Or what? So we back in Tobit now, verse 7.
Trying to find something quick.
That's telling who you all day. That's right, that's right. That's real silver. Yes, it is. It's from the motherland. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes. Look at you looking. Look at you looking here. Over here, yeah. I get that back. I ain't with it.
I find something quick.
He good too. He's doing business cream, making ice cream, different flavors. Cool. Very coordinated. That's a good positive have education. I bought stolen meat for you could have overwhelmed. Why do you take his cartons? But I bought 5 of them. I was mixing. That's 4.5 and Mike, because they 6 months apart. What's that? The leapfrog was out when my kids was out. Oh, it is. I bought it, yeah. It was, and I bought it. Play with that. And all of them good man. I got blue pictures of Kawan. I showed the Kawan.
So, verse 11. For alms is a. No, verse 7. Verse 7 again. Give alms of thy substance, And when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious, neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of God shall not be turned away from thee. So alms is good.
Turn that page, chapter 7. I mean, 4, verse 8, 7. Don't get up and move. See, I'm back. Don't get up and move. Chapter 7. Chapter 4, verse 7. Tobit, though. Who's last? I don't know why I'm going to put this away. Who's last?
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 7. Verse 7.
Who's that? Ecclesiastes what?
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 7.
So on, everybody. So on. 12, 7. Done. Highlight.
And 7.
Go on, brother.
No, Ecclesiasticus.
Oh, you're the apostle.
Yeah, it's gonna.
He said cuss, not ease. Ecclesiastes and Ecclesiasticus. See the endings. Listen to the endings. Okay. That's right, they cuss. Cuss. Don't cuss at me. Don't cuss at me. 12, 7.
12 and 7.
Okay.
Yeah, read it out for me, Zakar. You got it highlighted too?
I got 8 highlighted. Give it to the good.
Give unto the good.
Give unto the good, and help not the sinner.
Okay. So when you give alms, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to know somebody. You know somebody out there who's gonna buy liquor with it, and he says he's gonna buy liquor with it. You just want to give it to me. You're just gonna help him in this bad situation, you know.
Yeah. On 3 and 4. You did 3. We're on 4. We're on 4. Yeah.
And yeah. All right. Verse 7. Verse 8. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little. So it's good to give alms, good to give to the poor. No? Verse 9. For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity. Sometimes you see certain celebrities or certain people just going out there and just giving people things. Like I saw an Israelite group with the incense.
No, they ain't that. Something else burning. That's next door.
Next door?
No.
Yeah, smell this. Is it this?
It's about to go out.
Yeah. There's something in the back here with the heater.
Go in the bathroom back there. Because he keeps getting up, getting down. Here, sit next to the top of watch. Have a seat.
Verse 10.
Verse 10.
Because that arm do deliver from death and suffer it not to come into darkness.
He waited. He did what? He burned paper in the bathroom?
You burned paper in the bathroom?
Yeah. That's what anybody else been back there? Is it burnt paper back there? What did you do back there?
I was only washing my hands.
Hey, get up for the bathroom. Hold up, time out. We might have to get the scourges out, the whip on him now. Yeah.
No, you didn't do it.
Yeah, hey man, you're the only one been back there. I went back there to rip that spoon off the fell on the floor.
Okay, verse 10. Verse 10 again. Because that arms do deliver from death and suffer it not to come into darkness. Verse 11. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High. All right, Zakar.
Can we tie him up to the whipping post and start whipping on him? Wait a minute, man. Can we tie him
So
up?
something burning back there?
Yeah, so we call it.
It's out now. You can smell it.
Yeah, it's good. So,
The ashes are running in the toilet.
Where you get the matches at the burn at?
I didn't get matches.
Stop lying, boy.
I'm serious. I don't matches.
There's burn paper in the toilet.
Yeah.
The burn paper
Oh, there you
is all-
go, the matches right there.
No, I didn't use those.
You didn't use
What did
those?
you use?
What did you use?
Use your phone. Your phone don't burn no thing.
yeah.
Let me see it.
It's gonna take,
You can make a match. You can make a match with the phone. You can make five.
All right, all right.
All right,
Let's,
that's it.
let's finish the Sabbath service.
I will do it later.
All right.
I like to see that. We'll do it at the class.
I know I smell something burning.
All
I thought it was coming from next door.
Oh, they upstairs anyway. We gonna smell fire, you gonna come down. Smoke.
When they walk up the steps, they
All
might
right.
be smoking the cigarette walking.
All right, let's all right, let's finish this.
We didn't catch him, so we can't, but we don't do it.
Let's
We
finish
can't
the
do it,
service.
Don't do it.
All right,
So we might-
all right, all right, guys. Let's hold on to this Sabbath service, and then we'll deal with it. All right.
Show him, bro.
Okay, sure.
What did you say?
So verse 12. Verse 12. Beware. Verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land, which is of Israel. So Numbers 36.
Who you got numbers?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Right, 36, 7. Numbers 36 and 7 for verse 12.
Number 36. 36 and 7.
Yeah.
Those shall not inherit. I'll wait for you.
Everybody got it?
Allah. Ah. We ain't got nobody else. You know what?
We're gonna tie him up in a minute. We're gonna tie him up.
You ready?
All right. Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
Gabar?
No, I'm on. Okay,
Go now.
cars.
Want me to get it?
Gabar, read it. Gabar, read it.
I'll read it.
36, 7.
Gabar, read that one.
All right, Numbers 36 and 7. So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe. For everyone of the children of Israel shall keep himself two of the tribes of his fathers. And every daughter.
Wait. Keep himself to the inheritance of the tribe of his father. So for the most I say that we are in the homeland, and we each tribe have the inheritance that they don't go from tribe to tribe to tribe to tribe. They stay within the tribe and keep the inheritance of that tribe, that it stays in the tribe. So it doesn't go from tribe to tribe, tribe to tribe. Verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren of your people, the sons and daughters of thy people, in not taking a wife of them, for in pride is destruction, and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want, for lewdness is the mother of famine. So if you can remember, we can remember the prodigal son. In Luke 15:11-32.
Would you repeat that again?
In lewdness, for lewdness is the mother of famine. So I just want to make a reference to it for verse 13.
For what chapter in the Bible?
Luke 15.
There we go. 15 who?
15. You could read it. For the prodigal son.
15:11 or 8:7? 21.
That's when I get.
I go out to for first. That ain't no nonsense.
15.
Huh?
So what?
The lion.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
The lion.
You hear her?
Look,
That's right. How's the lion? What's that, Celeste?
Lion.
Lion? Ooh. What's that?
I got the same thing.
15 and 30.
You got the same thing. What's that?
The lion.
Oh, what's that?
15.
Very good.
Luke 15 and 30. I just want the verse 30.
Fine. But as soon as this thy son was discovered, which had devoured thou living with harlots, go to prostitute.
Yeah.
Harlot's a prostitute.
Yeah.
Thou hast killed
I'm coming on
for
too.
him that fatted calf.
The fatted calf. So with lewdness is usually his money is with harlots.
Mm.
So if you read the story, is the mother of famine. So
Well, that's when the other son was mad.
yeah, the other son was mad. So he came, and after his money is gone and so on and so forth, and
He coming home.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
about
How you doing all
the
this?
swine, and he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, verse 15, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine, and he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. So he ran out of money and everything. So he said the mother of famine. So to fill his belly with the husk. I mean, he ran out of money and living bad.
You always gonna make a living.
Verse 14. Let not the wages of any man which had brought for thee tarry with thee, but give him it out of hand. For if thou serve God, he will also repay thee. Be circumspect, my son, in all things thou doest, and be wise in all thy conversation. So, verse 14, Leviticus. Leviticus 19 and 13.
19.
Verse 14, Leviticus 19, 13.
1914?
19, 13.
13.
So about let not the wages of any man which had worked wrought for thee tarry with thee.
Good.
Yeah, read it, Kabar.
This is the other line. This is the other line. I'm going to show you what the other line is.
Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until morning.
So by the time sundown comes, you're supposed to pay whoever worked for you the wages, right? And not supposed to be there all night till the morning.
I have another one. Ephesians 5:15.
Which one?
It really goes with it.
Oh, okay. So verse 14. Ephesians
5:15.
Okay, read that for me, please.
I'm going to read from 14 to 17.
Ephesians 5:15.
Oh, 14 and 17.
All right. 14. All right, just read 15.
See then that ye walk
Circumspectly.
not as fools, but as wise.
Yeah, so how we go out there, be careful how we walk out there,
Right.
because we're not, ignorant to Satan's devices. So, but we gotta be wise when we go out there. Okay, so Ephesians 5:15, verse 14, verse 15. Verse 15, do that to no man which thou hatest. Drink not wine to make thee drunk, neither let drunkenness go with thee in thy journey. Okay. So the key is moderation here. Because even Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31 and 4. Proverbs 31, 4 and 5.
31.
No, you have to come. No.
What verse?
4 and 5.
Good.
You got it?
Yeah, I'll wait for my old student.
You got it? Verse 15, Proverbs 31, 4 and 5.
And it says, it is not for the king, O ruler.
It is not for kings,
It is not for kings, O Luna,
Lemuel,
Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink. These they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted.
yeah.
But they can't drink if you don't wine. Why do you show them drinking all the time?
No,
White man did.
it's like strong drink. But the key is moderation, so you don't forget the Most High's law, statute, or commandment.
Because he got a lot of power, and if he
Yeah.
gets drunk, he could mess somebody up.
Yeah, so because in verse 15, it's talking about drunkenness. Not to let drunkenness go with thee in thy journey. The key is moderation.
Don't bring it there.
Yeah, the key is moderation.
You always
So
drink.
because first of all, a lot of times you're out there and going to work or doing something, you want to be sober. All right. The key is like Titus 2 and 2 and 6. The aged man be sober. And 2 and 6. Young men likewise exhort to be sober minded. So Titus 2 and Titus 2 and 6.
Young man likewise exhort to be sober-minded.
All right. Verse 17. Verse 16. Give of thy bread to the hungry, and of thy garments to them that are naked, and according to thine abundance give alms, and let not thine eye be envious when thou givest alms.
Are you supposed to be reading?
So it's like I can't understand it here when you sometimes people may give alms. I come to understand you give try not to like you want it back or something. I mean, you shouldn't envy, envy. Period. Let me see. He said, "Being and let not thine eye be envious when thou givest alms." Sometimes you may give somebody a little money, like Should I really give it to him? You give it to him, or you give alms, and or you write a check, or sometimes you send it to an organization, and they would make food and everything so they can feed people. But don't be looking back for it. You know, let not thine eyes be envious when thou givest alms. So when you give it, you know, cheerfully. So that 16, verse 17. Pour out thy bread on the burial of the just, but give nothing to the wicked. So, people who are just, keeping the law, statute, and commandment of the best of their ability, and you give what you can. Sometimes they may have a certain gallon of money for certain individuals. You give accordingly, but give nothing to the wicked. Like Job 9:24, to the wicked, yeah, you don't want to deal with them because they have their people to deal with them, to take care of them. You don't go out there and make some fundraiser and trying to raise up money for somebody who's wicked. For somebody who's righteous. Somebody like, for example, a lot of time your people are in the truth. Keeping the law, statute, commandment to the best of their ability, and if they pass on to the other life, you try to help out if you can. Verse 18, ask counsel of all that are wise. So people are wise. Deuteronomy 4 and 6.
Deuteronomy 4:6.
Verse 18.
Right. Deuteronomy, say that again?
Deuteronomy 4 and 6.
4 and 6, okay. It says,
Okay, let me read the 18 again. It says, ask counsel of all that are wise, and despise not any counsel that is profitable, that is good for you. Do not despise that. So what is wisdom, right? Deuteronomy 4 and 6.
keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Talking about Israel.
Yes. So this is your wisdom, keeping this law, statute, and the commandments of the Most High. When we go out there and teach and we're bringing on all this knowledge and so on and so forth of the Bible and everything, it's like, wow, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people, because to know the ways of the Most High, that's wisdom. Like in Isaiah, like Psalms 147 and 19. Yeah. So no, Psalms 147.
Oh, we going to that there?
19, 20. I just mentioned it.
Oh, you just mentioned it? You should last week coming here acting like this.
Yeah. Psalm 147, 19 and 20. Verse 19. It said, bless the Lord. It said, bless the Lord thy God always, and desire of him that thy ways may be directed, and that all thy paths and counsels may prosper. For every nation had not counsel, but the Lord himself giveth all good things, and he humbleth whom he will, as he will. Now therefore, my son, remember my commandments, neither let them be put out of thy mind. Like what we said, read earlier in Kings, King David told the future King Solomon, to keep the laws of the Most High. Verse 20. Now I signify this to they that I committed 10 talents to Gabriel, the son of Gabrias, at Rages in Media. So verse 20 is related to verse verse 1. You remember? No, same in Tobit. Verse 20 related to verse 1. You remember?
That was Proverbs 30:11.
No, verse. It said, remember Tobit chapter 4, verse 1? In the day Tobit remembered the money which he had committed to Gabriel in Ragus of Media. You remember?
Yes, I remember reading.
Yeah, so verse 20 is relating to Tobit 4 and 1.
Oh, those are four. Oh, okay.
Okay, you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Verse 21, and fear not, verse 21, and fear not, my son, that we are made poor, for thou hast much wealth. If thou fear God and depart from all sin and do that which is pleasing in his sight. So verse 21, Revelation 2, Gabar. Gabar, you got that right?
Yeah, you got it.
So
Revelation.
Revelation 2 and 9, made poor.
Right. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
And poverty.
Poverty. But thou art rich. I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So the Most High, Revelation, is that, that is the Yahushua is saying this, all the world tribulation, poverty that we're in right now, we're in this lowest state. But he said, but we are rich. We're rich in spirit. We're rich in spirit because we're God's chosen people. So, like what it says, and fear not, my son, that we are made poor. We're in a poverty situation right now. We're in a poor as a nation. One or two may have X amount of money and things like that, but the majority that we are poor people. And also, Just want to get one verse. Matthew 5 and 3.
Okay, so
Got it?
Who reading that?
You.
Okay. Matthew 5 and 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah. So the kingdom is, belong to us. So we're poor in spirit for the kingdom. So the kingdom of heaven, like I said in other verses, within us. So that ends Tobit 3 and 4. So look for the next. It's in here. The next Sabbath reading is Numbers. Numbers 23:24.
Numbers what?
Numbers 23:24.
just go back.
All right, so read upon your Hebrew. We March the 16th, 23 and 24. If there's any color here. All right, that end the Sabbath service. And somebody can get the blinds, please. You have to
One. Do the bond.
close it one by one.
Yeah, right, you asleep.
No, fuck you. Hell out, he coming in. He got told something. Put it down.
We're gonna do it one by one. That's pretty good. One.
Okay, stay tuned for the closing prayers.
And that's take your head.
Oh, yes, you do hear me because you said, oh. You ever talking to me? Let me see. Relative? What? That's it.
We were about to try and consider this way. If I could turn go good along.
So the story too, when he was started for himself, he was started flying with himself.
He don't even want to go back there.
We must be in the space age. They
I
Star
know
Trek.
that way back here, wait a minute.
Star Trek. On Star Trek, they could burn a chat up with their phone. They could beam up to it, burns on
He didn't have his phone. I took his phone from him before class.
So he lied, dude.
Yes, he is.
We're gonna get him.
Yeah, you gonna get something done.
We're gonna tie him up. We're gonna tie him up, man.
I wish the Mark was here before.
We gotta get the beating of what's that beating called?
No, I don't want to touch for the kids. It's not with an A.
No, what's the beating called? Four.
5 line tail.
So,
9 line tail.
So the honor
the
cord.
4 lines. What is it for?
9 line tail.
Cat line tail?
Cat and line tail.
Yeah. You gotta get that beat. We got to beat him, man. They gonna run ours. We gonna run the door.
I don't know about that.
We gotta get him, y'all. Put on you get on his back. So we got for him.
All right. Let's see to the close. The closing prayer.
Take action. We gonna have to get that again. We gonna have no school.
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Come on, let's get that shit. We don't be everybody today.
We're gonna do a couple I got my nice watch. That's it.
And wake them up. While they sleep. What's up? Wake them up.
Hey.
How you gonna tell them to sleep the way to sleep?
Barakta Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Asherah, Netalanawa, Harya, Hagapan, Tuwada, Aman, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, At Yasha'Allah. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that give to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it, to Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, with Israel. I Madwa Panya, Jerusalem, stand and face Jerusalem. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Barakashah, Shammai, Lanawa, Aitha, Yamyan, Aitha, Shalak, Mayaka'Allah, Wa'ala'ayam, Tazwadakim, La, Shemara'ayam, Barak, Rapah, Magan, Wa'akazayak, Banya, Yasha'Allah, Washalat, Lanawa, Rabiam, Hakama, Rabiam, Da'ait, Rabiam, Bayana, Rabiam, Sabalamwa, Rabiam, Amawan, Rabiam, Aqua, Rabiam, Ahabiam, Rabiam, Hakana, Rakanaya, Wasalak, Kal, Katayam Nawa, Larakiam, Weashala, Dumyad, Waiwalam, Basham, Yahawashai, Tawada, Aman. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, please listen to us. Now, right now, send Michael and the righteous power angels to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the children of Israel, and send to us much wisdom, knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, much love, much spiritual protection, and forgive all our sins for the brothers in Israel, always and forever. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. The four corner prayers. Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Barak Nawa, Weasha'ala, Wabati Sapori, Shamai, Yasharala, Yahweh, Alahainawa, Yahweh, Kad. Shalom, Israel. Enjoy the rest of the Sabbath.
Shalom. Israel.
Shalom.
Sorry, man.